Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to another reading here at Transform with Rian. And boy, has it been a minute since I've done a reading. And today, finally getting back on it. So thank you so much for hanging in there, everybody. We're going to find out what's unfolding in your destiny. I don't know about y'all, but the energies have been very, very strong that I have experienced with the recent eclipses and Mercury retrograde. Jupiter is changing signs around the time I'm recording this reading. And so I'm really tuning into some significant changes coming into my life. And if you're watching this video, regardless of the time frame, I'm getting the sense too that big changes are coming into your life as well, or else you wouldn't have been drawn to this reading. So take a look at these options here and see which one calls to you the most. And it may be more than just one. All right. So we have group 1, 2, and 3. Timestamps are below to take you to whichever reading or readings resonate with you the most. I'll see you there. So we're starting here with group number 1, and we have opening up your reading to find out what's unfolding in your destiny. We have the Dignified card with Strength. And to contribute to the start of your message, we also have 2 Moonology cards. We have Nothing Will Come of This Situation, Void of Course Moon, and we also have The Answers You Need Are Coming, Full Moon in Gemini. Wow. So the first thing that is really speaking to me here is this Gemini aspect. So Gemini is the twins, for those of you that may not be as familiar with astrology. And part of the symbolism of the twins is this idea that there are 2 sides to the same coin, right? Some people may even have experiences with Geminis where it seems like there's 2 different identities or personalities within the one person, you know, like that classic Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde story. And what I'm seeing here for you is that there's this revelation of a very, what I'm sensing is going to be a very difficult truth for you to experience or witness in the beginning. Okay, it's like one of those situations where maybe you sense that something is a little off, or maybe something isn't working, and it's time to take a step back, right? Or it's time to maybe abandon ship, right? Whether that's a career, whether that's a relationship, whether that's like a project, like a personal project or something. And it can take many shapes. So I'm not saying that you have to abandon maybe the bigger goal here, but perhaps this stage or this step, you're going to have to kind of step away from it and go another route. Do something else. Pick something different, okay? But you're still going to work towards whatever that main goal is, okay? And so I'm seeing this energy of a revelation happening where you realize that whatever it is you've been doing or trying in this area of your life is not working out. Okay. And it's more, you're struggling more than you really need to be. Okay. Or you're getting disappointed or upset more than you need to be. Okay. And it's time to switch gears because nothing will come of this situation. So on one hand, maybe you're very hopeful, right? And you're optimistic and you're thinking, okay, things are going to change for the better. But in reality, you're having to look at this other side of the coin where it's like, you know, maybe this was a good idea and there was something you needed to learn about going this route. But now that you've learned this lesson, like there's no point in continuing on with this. Like there is really no shame in just kind of giving up on this path or this relationship or this job, career, whatever, and moving towards something else. What I'm getting here though is that that something else is not actually very clear just yet. Okay, so it's this element here where you're gonna have to close the door first on something before you can open the door to something else. Okay, and once you close this door, then the information and the opportunities are gonna come in about what's gonna happen next. Okay, so there's this a little bit of a leap of faith that I'm seeing here, especially with this image, because I'm seeing this staircase leading up to what looks like a throne, but like we don't know where this staircase leads to. Okay, it's kind of like with this. Oh, okay, now it's getting a little bit clearer to me. At first I was like, what am I even talking about? But at first what you're thinking is like, maybe this is the best that you can expect. This is the best that you can hope for, right? That you've reached the pinnacle. But really, there's something further deep down that you're going to have to explore first, and that will take you to the another peak. Okay? It's kind of strange. The message that I'm hearing is you have to go down before you can go up on this stage of your journey. Okay? It's almost making me feel too like you have to lose something in order to gain something. Okay? I feel like that message will really resonate with a lot of you, and not just like any old person. So you have to lose something in order to gain something. Okay? Very, very, very interesting. And with this dignified card, what I'm also sensing here is that this is something, what you're moving towards is something better for you. I think there's this element or this vibe of you settling. Okay, like lately you've been settling and you've just been kind of accepting certain circumstances as they are, even if they're not good for you. And what I'm hearing is that you deserve better and you can have better. And so that's what this is all about, is like losing something or letting go of something that isn't really worth it anymore, so that you can get and gain something better. So let's kind of see a little bit more about what's leaving, what energy is kind of wanting to exit that you've maybe outgrown and you're ready to move on from. And then we're going to look at some key things as well for things that you should be aware of and be mindful of in your present circumstance that can lead you to this new thing. Okay, so we're going to kind of take it in a way like past, present, future. I feel like I kind of went a little bit too low here with this. So okay, let's kind of raise these up a second, and then we will dive deep. Okay, so what's kind of exiting here? We have the Star, Nine of Cups, and Knight of Coins. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is there was something that you really put a lot of time and effort into. And so, of course, it holds a certain value in your mind, right? Like, I worked so hard for this. We've been through so much together if it's like a relationship, right? And we've just overcome all these trials and tribulations of the past. And maybe you're thinking it would be a shame to quit or leave now. And it feels like this was one of your wishes in the past. Like, it's not that this relationship, like you didn't want it, or this job, you didn't want it, this opportunity, whatever. It's like, this is truly what you wanted once upon a time. And now that you've achieved this wish, this goal, and you've had a chance to work with it, explore it, kind of see the ins and outs of it, you're realizing you've changed and you've grown. Okay, and this thing right now doesn't exactly fit you any longer. All right, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. You're realizing that you've grown into someone different, someone else, and your current circumstance doesn't fit you anymore. And maybe you have some kind of feeling about it, like you're giving up, but it's really like what I'm hearing is you shouldn't look at it that way. You should just look at it as more as like you've outgrown it and that it served its purpose already. All right. Now, energies that you need to kind of be mindful of here at the present to kind of shift here. We have Six of Swords, Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords. So I'm really feeling, again, there's this kind of sadness of the thought of leaving something behind or of separating from something, okay? And there's this fear that it's going to be very painful, it's going to hurt so much, and that there's this element of loneliness as well. And it's this fear of the unknown is kind of like your current challenge. Okay, again, because what we were talking about earlier, it's like you have to let go first before you can open the next door, right? You have to close this door before you open the next door. And so there's this idea here where it's like, maybe this doubt, I should say. Maybe there's this doubt there where it's like, is this thing, if I close this door right now, is this thing and the other door, is it gonna be worth it? Right? Is it really gonna be better, or is this really the best that I can expect to have, and I'm being foolish, or I'm being greedy, or I'm being selfish? And really, it's not that case at all. So you really need to start thinking in a different way. That's what this Six of Swords is. Like, your mind is kind of overthinking things and creating these worst case scenarios, these negative thought loops. And really, you're going to better waters. Like, there's this turbulent, here, let me show you a little bit closer. There's this like wavy, splashy water, and you're moving towards these calmer waters, okay? So when change happens, is there gonna be an adjustment period that can be a little bit uncomfortable? Yes, absolutely possible. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There are things that, you know, are not gonna be easy, or that are gonna take a little bit of time and attention and a little bit of work, right? It's like moving a house. Like, you can be moving to a better neighborhood, a bigger house, your dream home, but you still have to pack all your things and like carry the boxes and drive stuff over, right? Granted, yes, you can hire movers as well, but you still gotta unpack stuff too and pack them up, right, for the movers. So it's gonna take some work, a little bit of effort, and maybe it's not like your favorite thing to do is pack and unpack things, but ultimately at the end, hey, you're moving to a new house, a better home, a place that you love, right? So that's what I'm getting as sort of this sort of mindset that you need to adjust to, where it's like, yes, you're gonna have to do a little bit more work, a little more effort, when this transition happens, but it will be all worth it in the end. And you're gonna look back and be like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I was gonna make it out to be, okay? And I'm also sensing for a lot of you, this loneliness here, maybe you're feeling like you have to do something alone. But I don't get the sense that that's true at all. I'm getting the sense here that there are actually people who are going to help you, whether it's friends, families, acquaintances, coworkers, whatever the case may be, that are going to help you through this transition, so you don't have to do it alone, okay? So what's kind of unfolding here for you? So what I'm seeing here is a lot more options. We have this sort of princely, wealthy looking figure here, gazing at these three ornate and very valuable looking glasses. So, or maybe cups, I should say. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of beautiful options opening up for you, where you can begin to, what I'm hearing is light up and shine, okay? I'm getting the sense that maybe life has been feeling a little bit dull, a little bit stagnant. Maybe there hasn't been anything you've been really looking forward to lately, like things have just been a little bit too predictable. And so what I'm seeing here is a little bit more excitement. I'm seeing here too that there's gonna be a little bit more of a shine and a glitter in your eyes, where you're going to start to feel alive again, where you're going to feel like things are vibrant, are beautiful. I'm getting this word like adventure, okay? Where it seems like the world is opening up again to you, to having possibilities. Like there's things that you'll actually be looking forward to now. It'll feel like your life has kind of been reinvigorated, like revamped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm kind of getting that energy, and I'm seeing too this storyline of like maybe actors or singers where they go through like a change or a transformation in between albums, right? Like someone that was really famous for doing this was Madonna. I mean, she's still alive, but you know, she kind of recreated herself with each of her albums and explored different facets of her identity and music with each album. Like there's this distinct sound and characteristic in a way, right? And so I feel like that's kind of you, like reinventing your life, reimagining it, okay? And a lot of new ideas coming through. Like I feel you're going to start to think of things in such a different way, like we saw here in the Six of Swords, and that's going to open up possibilities. Like maybe you thought you were this kind of person that wasn't artistic, and then once you start exploring some form of artistry, like writing, painting, sculpture, you're going to see you have a lot of ideas of things you want to create. If maybe it's a relationship that you're leaving, maybe you're thinking like, oh, this is how my relationships need to look like. This is how we interact. This is how we show affection. This is the types of activities that we do. This is the type of schedule that we have. This is the way we speak to each other, right? And you are maybe boxing yourself in on how you express love and connect deeply with another person. And what you'll find is that there are other ways in which you can share intimacy with another person, okay? And you can feel really connected with them that you never thought of or you never thought was possible for you before, okay? And what I'm seeing here with this Five of Coins actually is, again, it's speaking a little bit to a little challenge in this transition point. Where I'm feeling it's like so many things are happening and so many things are opening up to you. It's almost like you don't know which way to go, which path to take. And perhaps it can feel a little bit overwhelming. But we have this little flame here from this candlestick. And we also have this very bright, bright flame here, okay? And what I'm seeing is that this small flame will become bigger the more you nourish it, the more you move with it, okay? And I'm hearing too that it's really about taking it day by day, all right? And that's this next step of your journey. So try not to overthink it too much and get too far ahead of yourself. Just stay very present in the moment and really tune in, because I'm hearing that, you know, everything's going to start off a little bit as a whisper, as maybe a little hunch that you're not sure if you're imagining things, or maybe you're a little bit afraid to listen, okay? It's making me think too of that song Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, like how Elsa is hearing these little whispers and she's like, am I imagining things? Am I going crazy? But that whisper starts to get a little bit louder, and so she starts to follow it even though it's not yet super clear as to what it's saying. And she kind of just trusts her gut and her instinct and goes where it's taking her on this adventure and meeting like new elements and finding out about her past and the truth of the situation, which wasn't so pretty, you know, of her parents and what happened to them in their past, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like in this next phase, what's trying to come in is this gentle nudges, these gentle whispers to inspire you and open up your mind and your heart to all the various possibilities. And as you get more comfortable to listening to your intuition, listening to these hunches, you're going to find that you're going to be on your way to creating a really beautiful life for yourself. Okay? Oh my God, this is so cool. So again, kind of going back to the beginning, you gotta close this door. Something you know is not fitting in your life anymore. Something doesn't feel right. And it's okay to close that door, end that chapter, and open up a door to a new life and be a little bit adventurous. Okay, and try some new things here, okay? So, wow, what a lovely reading. I'm so glad that I was able to share this with you all today. Before you go, if you really enjoyed your reading, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I hope to see you all again very soon. Take care. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading to find out what's unfolding in your destiny. So let's open this up with this Star Code Astro card, Venus, beloved. I'm really sensing some strong love and romance vibes already, but let's see what the other cards are going to speak to. It's time to take action, new moon in Aries. And we also have your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Okay, so yes, I am sensing that this does have to do a bit with love and romance. So Venus is classically the goddess of love and romance, right? But Venus also speaks to beauty and values. Like, what are things that are important to us? What are things that make us happy? What are things that we consider to be like treats to ourselves that are a bit luxurious to us, okay? So it's speaking a little bit to that topic as well for some of you, but I feel for the majority of you, it's really speaking more to love, okay? So real quick, before I get into the love, because I feel a lot more energy there, let's talk to like the values and luxury and things like that. So what I'm seeing here is that some of you maybe have set a goal for yourselves when it comes to money and finances, right? Because that's a lot of the ways that we acquire things that we think are beautiful, like beautiful new clothes, beautiful decorations, beautiful tarot decks, right? We have to make money. And what I'm seeing here is that with your financial goals, your commitment is being tested here. So maybe for some of you, you want to save money. And for others of you, maybe it's about investing into something, right? And what I'm hearing here is maybe there's this temptation to kind of do the opposite, okay? Like not invest, spend it on something else. And maybe not to save, but spend money and buy something luxurious. And I'm also hearing maybe some of you are thinking it's like limited time. Like if you don't buy this thing now, your chance to have it is going to be lost forever kind of thing, like sort of this pressure buy. And so I'm seeing that's what this commitment is being tested. And with this thing with it's time to take action, it's really about taking action towards your goals. It's like showing how committed you are to showing up for this goal, okay? So it's about making sure that money gets into your investment, making sure that money gets into your savings account, okay? Like taking that action, like putting the money there, making that choice to stay committed, okay? So that's one thing that I'm sensing for, I would say maybe more the minority of you that chose this pile, okay? But for those of you that were drawn to this pile, I'm really sensing like love energy here. And what I'm seeing here is really this kind of taking a chance on love, opening yourself up to love. For some of you, it could be like letting the person know that you like them, that you have a crush on them. So maybe being a little bit more clear about your intentions toward them. Like up to now, maybe you're just doing like a little flirty here and there, trying to drop hints, waiting for them to make the move. But I'm seeing here it's time for you to make a move, okay? And it's really, for some of you, it's about just saying, hey, you know, I really like you. I like spending time with you. I'd love to explore this more. For others of you, it could be like, hey, I really love spending time with you. Like, will you be my boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever the case may be? And for others of you, maybe it's even proposing to this person, right? It's time to take action. And this commitment, again, how committed are you to this relationship with this person? For those of you that are single, what I'm hearing, it's really about putting yourself out there and making the choices and the decisions to attract the right partner for you. It's making me it's kind of reminding me of when I was more active in dating and how at the time my self-esteem was like a little bit low. And so on those dating apps, like whoever I matched with, I would agree to go on a date with them, even if there were some things in their profile where I'm like, I don't know if we'd actually really connect well or hit it off. But because I felt like my options were limited and I shouldn't be picky, I would still go on a date with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I would be surprised, but I would say that was less often than my earlier hunch being correct, or it's like, yeah, I really don't connect with this person and we don't have that much in common. But, you know, because they expressed an interest in me and I can't be picky, I said yes to this date. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that that's also another way to look. So we have a lot of different scenarios here when it comes to love, but let's get some more clarity, okay? Let's kind of see what's trying to leave and what kind of, I guess, maybe crossroads you're at, like what present energies where you can make a decision, and what's coming in, what's trying to come in. So it's like a little bit of a past, present, future kind of vibe is what we're going to be tapping into here, okay? So for past energy, we have Two of Wands, the Empress, and Justice. Okay, lovely. And for some present energy here, like things that you really need to be tuning into and putting more of your focus and attention, we have Eight of Cups, Ten of Cups, wow, and Four of Coins. For your energy that's trying to come in, that's trying to connect with you here, ooh, Nine of Cups. Yes, I love that card. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, Knight of Swords. Okay, oh my gosh, what's coming in looks amazing. Okay, so what's trying to leave here? So Two of Wands, we see this energy, what I'm really feeling of indecision, okay? And what I'm seeing with the Empress and the Justice card, which is a little bit of a unique combination, I would say. I don't know if I've ever had these two cards kind of come out together to deliver a message. So what I'm really seeing here is there's this kind of like loving energy, this beautiful energy that I want to say, like you deserve, or the other person in this relationship kind of deserves. Okay, I'm feeling this energy, which is very interesting, of sort of like this karmic, cosmic debt being fulfilled. Okay, and that there are these connections that have been made, some connections that have fallen away, and it's about these energies coming into balance now, okay? And a lot of healing. I'm also feeling this healing energy. So it could even be that you or the other person that you're involved with is healing maybe some past relational trauma or wound or energy in the other person, okay? Just by being near them and kind of seeing how they react and interact with you in different ways than what you're used to from before. So I'm really feeling this healing energy that has come in, that's like, that has done its part, okay? That has released some of that trauma imprint and healed it a little bit, okay? And for some of you, that even has to do a little bit with the finances that we were talking about earlier, where maybe you had some ideas about money and wealth and what you are allowed to have when it comes to luxury and treating yourself, whatever, that you've come to understand, and now you realize like, hey, that's actually been blocking me from achieving my goals. And so let me let that mindset, that idea, that belief go now, okay? So I feel like that's what's coming through here with this healing energy, okay? So this lesson that you had to learn in order for you to move forward now. And that's part of what kind of made you feel hesitant and like not sure of what to do, because there was nothing for you to do just yet. You had to like go through this healing process, right? And also this other person could have had the healing process they had to go through as well. So hopefully that makes sense, because we're moving on to some really cool energy here. So with this present energy, what I'm seeing here, we talked about what you need to move away from. So there's something very clear here where you realize like, hey, after some of the experiences I've had recently, it's very clear to me what I don't want, okay? It's like, I don't want to struggle paycheck to paycheck anymore. I don't want to count, every dollar, every dime. I don't want to feel worried about money and like not be able to sleep or, you know, work my butt off and get very little rewards for it or not adequate or inadequate compensation kind of thing, okay? Or for some of you too, it's like what you do and don't want in a relationship, right? Like what is okay for your partner to say and do when they're in a relationship with you and what isn't. So taking a good look at that and realize like, hey, that's the old me. The old me thought this way. The old me felt this way. And there's this new version of myself that's emerging that loves myself more, that believes that I am worthy of a happily ever after, that I'm worthy of having my dreams come true, that I deserve to be happy. And whatever that looks like for you, okay? Whatever that happiness looks like for you. So don't worry about what other people are thinking. And with this, I'm seeing too like this shift of understanding like, hey, you deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to be protected. You deserve to be loved and valued and treasured, okay? So there's really this beautiful new era in your life where you don't have to doubt anymore if you're good enough, okay? If you're deserving enough. You have to accept and step into that state of mind and that state of being like, yes, I totally deserve to be happy. I totally deserve to be pampered. I totally deserve to be, you know, hugged and appreciated and taken care of, you know? I really feel like this is the sort of like maybe hurdle you're facing right now is embracing that through and through 100% and not doubting it any longer. Because what's really coming in is wishes. Wishes are going to be granted. It's your fate. It's your destiny. I'm getting the sense here that something very, very lucky is about to happen in your life. It's like that chance encounter for those of you that are single with someone you're destined to form a deep bond and relationship with. Maybe for some of you, it's taking your relationship to the next level, right? And it's like taking that next step on the path towards committing to each other and sharing a life together. It's like this destiny, this fate, this wish being granted of that bond that you were hoping for and you were searching for some time now, okay? And I feel like there's a lot of movement here, a lot of things coming in quick, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new communication. Maybe I'm also feeling more openness in this connection, okay? And even almost what I'm hearing is this better understanding because more communication, right? And the more you communicate, the more ideas are shared, the more you get to understand the other person better. And in turn, you probably will start to understand yourself even better too, right? So I feel like this very strong energy of understanding and like these light bulbs going off in your head where it's like, oh, I get it now, or I understand you better and I feel more deeply connected to you now. I understand myself better. I understand where I'm going. I'm understanding where I want to be. I see for myself now this destiny of, you know, having a comfortable lifestyle where I'm not struggling so much when it comes to resources and money, that type of thing, okay? So I really feel this beautiful energy coming through once you start to accept what your true value and your true worth is and not settling for anything less, okay? So this is a really beautiful transition and a beautiful shift for what's unfolding next in your life. I hope you really enjoyed this reading, loves. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I really look forward to being able to do another reading for you soon. Take care, loves. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading to find out what's unfolding in your destiny. Okay, so lots of shifts and changes in life for many of you. So where is it all leading, right? What's this next chapter and phase? Let's start off with this StarCode Astro card with Sagittarius, expand. Ooh, we also have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. And we also have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Ooh, 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 ooh. So We are looking at, I'm seeing for a lot of you, some very spiritual energy coming in, like a lot of personal self development happening here, because Sagittarius is a sign of like the philosopher, and it's taking like knowledge and information that you gain in like your day-to-day life and creating this belief system, okay, on like what is it that you expect out of your life, out of the lives of others around you. Like, what do you expect of the world? What do you expect out of humankind, your community, your country, society, those types of things, like really bigger picture energy here. And at the time I'm recording this reading, Jupiter has changed signs and is moving into Taurus. Again, not this reading will apply regardless of when you're watching, but Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, okay? And Jupiter does expand. It does bring a lot of abundant energy into whichever aspect of life it's moving into, okay? And what I'm getting for many of you is there's this like kind of life-changing realization that you're having here, okay? I'm feeling it's like a very big thing. It's what I'm really seeing is like, what is it that you really want out of your life, okay? Like, what do you want your life to look like? And it's going a lot deeper than like, oh, I want to be a millionaire, or oh, I just want to be in a loving relationship and like have a family of my own. Like, it goes beyond just that. Which, not to say that those things aren't important, like I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is more like quality of your life. Like, what are some of the things that will help you feel comfortable and safe and secure, right? So you want a family, you want a relationship, but what does that really mean? Okay, is this a relationship where it's like you want to have open, honest communication, even if it's uncomfortable? Is it the type of family that you want to have where everyone can kind of speak their mind? Or is it the type of family where, you know, you need a little bit more structure, a little bit more order, and that, you know, there's a time and place for when to talk about certain things, right? Like going a little bit deeper than that. And you know, when it comes to, you know, money and finances, like how do you want that money to come in? Do you want it to be passive income where like you have put a lot of your earnings into investments and that will pay off like somewhere down the line? Or is it like you want to do the work and get paid X amount of dollars per hour or a certain salary for this type of job, and this is how many hours you want to work? Like these bigger pictures, right? And what does that mean? Like for your industry, for your profession as a whole, like not just your job, right? Like what does the bigger picture look like for what you do? I'm also hearing the word like revolutionize and change, which is kind of interesting. So, with this time to release negativity and breathe out, what I'm really hearing is tuning into your body's sort of like energies. And I'm hearing to take some time to really connect with yourself, and perhaps some of you have some type of meditation practice or grounding practice. And I really feel that's going to be very key for you in this next chapter. That as maybe old thought patterns, old beliefs kind of rise up to sort of make you take actions in ways that you've outgrown or that no longer fit you, to breathe in and breathe out, and imagine sort of these negative thought patterns, these outdated beliefs leaving, okay? And asking like, what would this new, empowered, expanded version of me do, right? Like maybe if someone presents an opportunity for you at work and it's like public speaking, like hey, can you present at the next team meeting about this? And the old you is like, oh my gosh, I'm not a public speaker at all. Like, I don't want to do that where I have to get up in front of other people. Like, that makes me so nervous. Why is that fear there? Maybe because you think you're not smart enough. Maybe because you think you're not eloquent enough to speak in front of people. Maybe you think your voice sounds terrible or whatever. Like, those are outdated negative beliefs and ideas. And so it's like, what is this new version of you actually wanting to express and be? Like, my voice is strong. My voice is powerful. I speak clearly. I have an ability to share ideas and share experiences with others, right? Like, thinking and speaking in more that fashion. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So letting go of those negative, self-sabotaging kind of language in your mind when you speak to yourself, you know? So let's kind of see this progression. Like, again, as things are unfolding, what's leaving, okay? What do you need to be very aware of and mindful of in the present? And then what's trying to come in? What's waiting for you in this next chapter of life? Okay, so we have Nine of Wands, Ace of Coins, Ace of Wands. Interesting. I'm feeling we're going to get 4 cards here. So we have Kiss of Wands is what I was gonna say. Like, whoa, dude. King of Wands, the Star card, 3 of Cups. Oh my gosh, you get 5 cards. Wow. Pile 3, I tell you, in almost all of the readings, you always get extra cards. 6 of Cups and the Tower. Okay, so let's see now. So that's present energies to be mindful of. Future things kind of coming in. We have 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and 7 of Wands. Okay, so what we have here, so past energy that's leaving is, so we had some new ideas, new opportunities coming in that you felt were closed off to you. Okay, that's really what I'm seeing here. And that energy is trying to leave. So where you felt you were limited, wherever you felt like, oh, I don't have enough money to do that. I don't have enough skills. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. Whatever those kinds of limitations that you've been putting on yourself that you've had as a barrier, it's like those are opening up. Those are dissolving. Those are crumbling. It's time. This era that you're stepping into is about limitlessness. Okay? It's about connecting with potential. There's potential all around you. There's opportunities all around you for brand new experiences, for abundance, for growth, for love, for connection. They're all around you. So it's really about looking and seeing those opportunities rather than like staring at closed doors and closed windows. Like, where's the open door? Where's the open window? Focusing in on that, okay? Now, in the present energies here, so this kind of transitional energy, we have 3 of Cups, which is telling me friendships. 6 of Cups, old, deep friendships and connections is what I'm getting. So like, even like childhood friends, college friends, neighborhood friends. Like, I'm sensing a lot of those connections right now are a bit highlighted. What I'm seeing here is this breakdown as well. So there could even be some people from your past, like childhood friends, old co-workers, old neighborhood pals, whatever, where it's like your paths, what I'm really seeing here, are diverging. It's like they, maybe they're stuck in some old mindsets that you were a part of too, and now you're realizing, now that you've had a bit of an awakening in your life, where it's like, okay, that doesn't fit me anymore. Okay, like I don't really vibe with that. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've experienced this in your life already. I know I have, where when I was in my 20s, like there were people that I called my friends who probably were more like acquaintances, right? Like I called them my friends because I'd go out drinking and dancing and partying and like on fun little weekend getaways with them. But they weren't really my friends. Like I didn't really necessarily connect with them on a deeper level. We didn't share maybe a lot of philosophies on the bigger picture of life, right? Like maybe we didn't share a lot of the same values outside of just having fun, having a good time. And so at first, it was a little uncomfortable for me to like not hang out with them or not accept any invitations to go out drinking and partying, because I was like, oh, are they gonna think like I'm stuck up, that I'm too good for them now, that I don't like them? And it's really not even about like or dislike. It's just like we don't have the same interests. Like I want to sightsee in Japan or something. I don't want to. So I need to save my money to buy a plane ticket and like to go visit Japan. I don't want to spend $20-$30 going out to the club on like an entrance fee and then spend another $50+ on drinks for the night. Do you know what I'm saying? So instead, I'd rather save that money to do this kind of activity. And so a lot of those friendships, they just ended up crumbling. They ended up dissolving, and it's like I don't really talk to a lot of those people anymore that I used to hang out with, that were my friends from college or my like partying days. And it's just because our lives are taking different paths. They've branched off in different directions, and doesn't mean they're bad people or I'm a bad person. It's just like we're becoming different people is all. And when that happens, it's natural for some connections to kind of fade away. All right. So it's okay to just embrace that, because it's about, what do you see again for your life? What is the big picture here? How do you want to live your life? What are ways in which maybe you're wasting your energy, if you want to look at it that way, wasting your time? Things that you're not finding enjoyable, but you're doing them anyway because you feel obligated to. Like, what is with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, let that stuff go. And this is about stepping into honoring who you really are. That's what I'm seeing with this King of Wands energy. It's like, are you really that person anymore? And if you're not, then why are you spending so much time, money, energy doing those kinds of activities, doing those kinds of things? Like start putting your energy in stuff that you care about, stuff that you're passionate about. Maybe also what I'm hearing for some of you is like you've had this idea of something you wanted to try before, but you kept putting it off. And now is that time for you to go for it, to do it, okay? Maybe you're like, oh, I've always wanted to try, doing a triathlon, or I've always wanted to try opening up my own YouTube channel or writing a book, whatever. And you've just kind of put it off because, again, you didn't think that you were good enough. You had these limiting thoughts. Now's the time for you to switch that mindset and just go for it. Okay? Because anything is possible. Again, limitlessness. Expand beyond the person who you thought you were. Ooh, child. There it is. Expand beyond the person who you thought you were, or who you thought you had to be. Yes, honey. So what I'm seeing here, what's unfolding here, is a little bit of hard work. Okay. I'm seeing here that you're going to have to make a lot of decisions, and some of them are going to be a little bit difficult. And some of the decisions that you make are going to maybe isolate you. Okay. It's like, when you're in this, it's like making me think of like high school days where you just wanted to fit in. You didn't want to go against the grain. At least that's how my high school experience was. I feel like youth these days, maybe they're experiencing a little less pressure to try to fit in and be like everybody else, which I think is beautiful, because we are in that Aquarian energy right now. That Aquarius age where it's like being different and embracing uniqueness is valued now. But anyways, it's making me think of like my high school days where it's like I wouldn't say or do anything or express my opinion because I didn't want people to make fun of me or tease me or kind of isolate me and make me feel like the weirdo and the outcast, right? And so I was afraid to say things. And now, as you step into this identity and this power within yourself, you're going to start to realize like, I don't care what some people think about it. And if they're not for it, then that's fine. Like, you can leave too. You don't have to be a part of this. And again, there are going to be, what I'm seeing, some kind of losses, but they're not going to be bad losses. Will they feel a little bit weird, a little bit awkward at first? Yeah, maybe, right? Like, when I stopped talking to these friends, of course the energy was a little bit awkward if we ever crossed paths again. But at the same time, it's like I wasn't seeing them as often anyway, so that awkwardness was like super temporary and fleeting. So yeah, maybe there's gonna be some moments of like awkwardness and like maybe you might even like, did I make the right choice? Am I doing the right thing? And you're gonna be in this wishy-washy kind of like state. But again, it's like move forward. Like this, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on this character's name now? It's not Paul Bunyan. He's the one that like raced against the machine to like dig this, to get this railroad track started and dig through a mountain. I don't know. I mentioned his name in a reading earlier and I don't know why I'm blanking on it now. But he was a hard worker. He kept very focused on where he was going. He wasn't looking back. He wasn't looking to the sides. He saw where his destination was and he just kept his eye on where he's headed and not get distracted by all these other things. So that's the kind of advice that I see for what's unfolding in your life is pick a goal, follow that goal. Let that be your guide, okay? And just put on, like, you know how horses, they have those shutters, I think is what they call them, where they put on the side of the head so the horse can't be distracted and it just blocks out the peripheral view and just keeps them focused with going forward. So that's kind of what you need to do. Maybe some of you need to make a vision board, okay? Or set up the wall screen on your mobile device to kind of remind you of your goal for this chapter in your life, where you're headed, where you want to be after like a year or 6 months or whatever time frame, okay? So, ooh, I sense something really beautiful coming here for you, but I'm sensing a lot of discipline needs to be present. A lot of focus needs to be here and kind of like moving forward with confidence and determination and not kind of like, don't be hesitant here or shy about it, okay? Ooh, very, very interesting. I really enjoyed sharing this reading with you. I hope you did as well. Before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed the vibes as well. And I look forward to reading for you again very, very soon. All right, take care, loves.